I'm here today with Colin MacIver from Ascension, and he's going to share with you two resources that they've put out on confirmation. And before we go into that, my sister was confirmed this past Thursday, and I have 5 sisters, so I've been to a lot of confirmations. And I must say, something that's been so sad for me to see is that a lot of the students there that are being confirmed kind of act like it's no big deal. And they're just in and out, and they're like, this is the last thing I do before I leave the church. And we really need to change that. And these resources, I hope, will do that. I'm speaking specifically to parents. This may be the key to help unlock the heart of your child, and help them grow in holiness and maybe one day be a saint, or hopefully one day be a saint. So, Colin, great to have you on.
Well, thank you, Ray. One of our deepest missions at Ascension is to put tools in the hands of parents, of formators, to ensure that they can be successful in forming disciples and not future ex-Catholics, especially when it comes to confirmation. So I want to talk about a couple of things that we have developed. Chosen is a program that's available. It's 24 sessions. We brought in all of the best and brightest presenters. It is like the kind of like tour de force of the Catholic faith for young people to help them to be formed. We flew all over the world, and that video is available, especially now it's available in an online format. We've really, since the pandemic hit, we thought, all right, we need to make this totally digitally available, but also we want to continue to put things in people's hands. I'm pretty sure that hundreds of thousands of these went into people's cars and ended up kind of like between the seats. And now that 2020 has hit, I think there are a lot of parents out there who are more awake to their role as the primary educators of their children, but specifically the primary catechist. And so I think that this is the year that this is going to be super helpful. Parents now have access to all the videos along with their young people. And I've had a lot of parents tell me throughout the years that when they see some of the videos with Chosen, it's a shot in the arm for them. It's a catechetical clarification.
The purpose of your life and the goal of your life is to be a saint. The sacrament of reconciliation is where saints are made.
The other thing I wanted to talk about, this is called the Catechist Field Guide to Confirmation. And early in 2020, in the 2020 when LSU was winning the SEC championship and great things were happening, we were talking about feedback we've received from directors of religious education, from pastors. How do I train my catechist? And for years, we had been doing some formation. We thought, what can we put into the hands of catechists? What could we send to pastors and directors of religious education that they can hand out that would help everybody in their parish to become a better catechist who wanted to be? And so this is called the Catechist Field Guide to Confirmation. It's about a 100-page resource. You could open up 2 pages and put it down and think for a little while and become a better catechist. Or it could be a systematic book study. It could be a Zoom study, as a lot of things are these days. And we really think that it's going to be a very helpful tool. We call it a field guide because if you think about confirmation preparation and sort of the wild experience it can be to form 7th, 8th graders, 9th graders, even all the way up to 11th as it sometimes goes for confirmation, we thought, all right, what can we put in somebody's hand? I've got a teen in front of me, and this teen seems to be reading Nietzsche. Like, how do I talk to this kid? And so we even have a page on how to talk to the kid who's been reading Nietzsche,
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there's a page on how to talk to the kid who seems to be just kind of disengaged. Or then there's the other kid who seems to be kind of well-rounded, but for them confirmation prep is this extracurricular activity. How do you kind of blow on that spark? And then there's also a section, this is the field guide thing. What if you have, I call it the St. Monica parent. She goes to daily mass. She's done all of the Bible studies, and she's got a 15-year-old who she's got to like push into church. How do you help her? How do you help the dad who's in that situation? So we talk about that in there as well. So I think it's a fun resource. One of my favorite things. It's very well illustrated. We brought in a team to do some really great work there, and we're just really hoping it can be a shot in the arm. I just want to say that if you're involved in confirmation preparation in your parish and you are just thinking, how am I going to do this in 2020? Come to ascensionpress.com. We can make it really easy for you in dealing with what some of those different options might be, whether you're in person with a little bit of hybrid, whether you're half in person and half digital, and that's literally what I'm doing in my parish. This year we have almost 140 candidates. We're the confirmation program that lives in a shoe and has so many candidates, we know not what to do. And we're doing some in-person things, socially distanced and with masks. We're doing some virtual things, and Chosen has been so helpful to us, and we know that it will be to many others who are out there.
Wow, Colin, I'm getting this book like right after we sign off here, because my in-laws actually have been teaching confirmation for like the last 3 years, and every student type that you mentioned is exactly that's what it is, you know. And so many times it's hard to connect, it's hard to relate. So to see that Ascension has a resource for that is priceless. So I hope you all will check that out. We'll put the links in the description below so you can look into those resources. Parents, especially parents with teens, you may not think that what you do, your witness, will impact your children, but Colin has a great story to share with you that I've personally witnessed many times.
So I've been working as a campus minister in all-girls Catholic high school for a decade plus. I won't make myself sound old. And I've been doing a lot of confirmation retreats for a decade plus. I don't know how that's possible because I'm only 25. But every single retreat I've ever been at where parents send letters to their young people, to their teens, whether they're 8th graders, 9th graders, 10th graders, 11th graders, I could bet the farm that there will be snotty tears, you know. And it's so true that I think parents often think, well, my teenager doesn't care. There's so many wounds in this relationship. It's not true that they don't care. It may be true that there are wounds in the relationship, but your children care deeply about how much you care. And maybe if you haven't written a letter to your teen, maybe you don't even need to wait for the retreat. Start right now and just profess your love and profess your faith to them, and let God do the rest.
Yes, so I've obviously received those letters, and I'm the crying guy, but so have my sisters. I'm a big letter writer, and not that one of my goals in each letter is to have my sibling cry, but I kind of like that, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of.
But it just, their words have an impact, and when people see the love, obviously, like, I'm asking the Holy Spirit to guide me as I write that, but again, it's the impact that parents play is huge, and that's why these resources are so helpful and so necessary in these interesting times. Colin, great having you on again, and hope you all enjoy this. Please like this video, share it with your directors of religious education, different parents in the parish, so we can really spread this out. Confirmation is known to be like the last sacrament everyone's heading off, and to change that narrative would be very powerful, especially for the church and, of course, for the lives of countless souls. So, hope you have a blessed day, and God love you.